Autistic meltdowns. A guide. Autistic meltdowns are not tantrums, selfish, acting out, attention seeking. Just an autistic children. Intentional. Fixed with punishment. Always screaming and crying. Autistic meltdowns happen when we are over or understimulated. There is a disruption in routine or normalcy. Demands are put on us unexpectedly. There is stress. Our emotions become overwhelming. There is any level of confrontation. The trigger is not always identifiable. Autistic meltdowns can feel like panic, fear, too much, not enough, time has frozen. The only thing you can focus on. The worst possible thing in that moment. Losing control. They're going to last forever. Fast heart rate, shallow breathing, uneasy stillness, and sometimes a completely internal experience. Autistic meltdowns can look like pacing, crying, bolting, self-injurious stimming, lashing out in anger or irritation, stomping, hyperventilating, withdrawal, internal meltdown, going nonverbal, a plea to stop or leave, zoning out, inability to respond, move, or understand, eyes shut. Things that do not help during a meltdown. Getting angry, raising your voice, acting annoyed, telling us to stop or get over it, making us stay in the offending environment, forcing us to keep enduring the trigger, ignoring us, bribing us, withholding comforting objects, things that do help during a meltdown, leaving the offending environment, finding a quiet place, noise-canceling headphones or earbuds, music, stim toys, healthy stimming with any of the senses, grounding skills, distraction, weighted blanket or vest or toy, a firm hug, or the opposite, no touching, fresh air, words of reassurance from others, sunglasses, service dog tasking. Meltdowns are genuine cries of distress. They occur because our brains are wired differently and we process our environment both within and around us differently. When one of the triggers sets off a meltdown, we are not just overreacting. Our brains interpret the triggers as literally the worst thing that can happen in that moment. We are not being dramatic. We are listening to how our brain perceives the trigger, just like a brain would perceive the threat of a tiger right in front of you and tell you to run. A meltdown is not a behavior, it is a feeling. The behaviors are the results of losing control over those feelings. Meltdowns are a part of being autistic. It is okay and natural for you to have them. You are not wrong for having a meltdown. You are not overreacting or annoying. In fact, you are very, very strong for being able to survive each one. And I am proud of you for that. They can be frightening, like they'll never end. But they will, I promise you. They will always end and you will be able to breathe again. You have got this, my love. Quick guide on autistic meltdowns. Spot the signs. Bolting or running. Lashing out. Crying or yelling. Loss of spoken communication. Throwing items. Losing control. Self-injury. Freezing or shutting down. Contributing factors. Masking traits. Sudden or lots of changes. Cognitive overload. Emotional distress. Intense stress. Change in routine. Sensory overload. Lots of demands. Tools and tips. Don't get angry. Reduced sensory input. Identify triggers and early warning signs. Make a meltdown plan. Allow space to express the emotions. Reduce demands. Have an exit strategy. Hold compassion. Have a sensory space or tools. Remember that everyone experiences meltdowns differently. If you are experiencing a meltdown, remember, you are safe. You are not a burden. You haven't ruined anything. It is okay to cry and it is okay to walk away. Be gentle with yourself. Take a deep breath and take all the time you need. You are loved.